Hi friends, this is Carly and I'm back today with another review. Today I'm going to be talking about one I've been waiting for quite a while now, and that is Beastars Volume 3. If you have been following my channel, you know that this is a series that I have been so excited about since the very beginning, since I first started doing review videos, and each volume is more intense and has more to dive into than the last, so I just keep reviewing them, and people keep recommending that I stay with it through all 5 volumes, so I'm definitely doing that. I'm gonna get right into it because there's a lot to say and I don't want this video to get too long. So in this 3rd volume, there's a couple of things that I was surprised about. First of all, we are no closer to knowing anything more about the murder that was committed at the beginning of the 1st volume. And so that, with 2 volumes remaining, is a little bit nerve-wracking for me personally, just because that's how everything sort of started. And surely that won't get left by the wayside. There was another murder in this book, so it's continuing on, but there doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency with the characters as to figuring out what happened any longer, and that's sort of a little bit strange to me. So that is literally the only criticism I have, and it's small. I'm just impatient to know the end. But this volume is getting into what I think are some of the really deep themes and questions of this story. So for me, the theme that is most revealed in this 3rd volume, without revealing too much about what happens and spoiling it for anyone who hasn't read it, is really a look at what it means for the characters that we're getting to know if the world remains the same, what it means if the characters within the world change themselves, and what it could mean if the society as a whole changes. So as we know, the world of Cherryton Academy is set in a world of anthropomorphic animal characters who, it's a sort of Zootopia is the comparison that we've made in the past. This is just a short recap, where these characters are living together, herbivores and carnivores side by side. Of course, carnivores living in a successful society can't feed on herbivores at will, so there are a lot of things that are put into place to prevent carnivores from eating herbivores, and a lot of what's been going on so far is just about the tensions that exist naturally between these characters. So in this volume, we sort of get to see what it is like for characters not like Legoshi and Haru, who sort of struggle internally with fitting in while at the same time being really self-aware of that fact, the fact that they're struggling and the fact that there might not be an easy solution for them. We also get to meet a character who I think really sums up some of the main problems and some of the things that are really sad about the world that we see in this book. And her name is Legon. She is a hen who sits next to Legoshi in one of their classes, and as a part-time job, she sells her eggs to a deli that makes egg salad sandwiches out of them for carnivores. And she finds out gradually that her eggs, which make the Wednesday egg salad, are the same sandwiches that Legoshi buys because they are his favorite, because they taste the best. And she's found out through the grapevine, through other creatures, other students I should say, that her eggs are the preferred eggs. She gets a raise when she brings her eggs each week, and she becomes really focused on laying the best eggs possible, even though she's still just a student. So when Legom's friends invite her out, she doesn't want to go because she doesn't want to stay up too late and risk making her eggs less than perfect. And I just thought this was such a poignant look at what it means for the creatures in this story and the characters in this story who just accept their role in society the way that it is. It's really sort of a sad abomination when you think about how Legon throws herself so completely into giving her eggs, which are essentially her children. Her natural instinct should tell her to incubate her eggs and raise her babies. But because she has accepted her place in this unnatural society, it just becomes second nature for her to do whatever it takes to contribute to it, even if that means literally doing the opposite of what her nature would tell her to do. And the episode with Legon, I think, is really telling about the primary problem with this society in this book. That no one can truly 100% be themselves when they have to neglect a fundamental part of what makes them who they are, or their base, most natural instincts. Then we get to see what happens for characters who might decide to change their place in the society, how to fit in, to fit in within the society by seeking to fulfill their baser instincts. And this is seen in an episode where some of the carnivores find themselves in the black market, which is a place where carnivores can get herbivore blood through a number of unseemly paths, which you can imagine they're all unseemly. And this provided one of the darkest, most truly horrific scenes in this book for me. We're still getting to know a little bit more about Bill the tiger from volume 2. And there is a scene in this book that I will not explain because I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but where we get to see that the episode with Bill consuming the bunny blood in volume 2 is probably not a one-off. That in order for him to sate his carnivore instincts, he's probably participating in activities like these all the time. And because the black market exists, we can see that this is something that a lot of carnivores are probably participating in. So again, we find ourselves with two opposing views of how to survive in this unnatural world, either by fulfilling your base instincts through some less than moral, maybe less than above board means, the way that Bill is, or just completely squashing your instincts the way that Legon does. Neither of these characters are satisfied, though. Neither of these characters are reaching their full potential or really happy even. So neither of those is really working. So we're brought back through to Legoshi and Haru, who are questioning what to do about their feelings for each other, how to develop their friendship. And at this time, Legoshi is introduced to this crazy Panda Bear who is a part of the black market. He calls himself the protector of the black market, and he's something of a psychologist. And he believes that carnivores can never truly squash their instincts. So he challenges Legoshi and his feelings about Haru, and about to really look inward and decide for himself and figure out for himself if he can fight his base instincts and have any sort of friendship with her, or if ultimately the mask will come off and he'll end up harming her. This character is a wild guerrilla representation of what the society as a whole is trying to do, I think. And I'm wondering if we're going to get more from him later, because it was really kind of an interesting device that I didn't feel that we really got enough of. And he put Legoshi in an interesting position, because earlier in the book, after the second murder had taken place, a carnivore named Juno, who is also a gray wolf like Legoshi, but she's a first year and a girl obviously, is being picked on by herbivores who are feeling threatened by the murder and sort of picking on her and threatening her as a group to sort of make themselves feel safer with carnivores around. Legoshi walks up on this situation, steps in, and rescues her, which leads, by telling them that she's his sister, and this sort of leads Juno to develop a crush on him. She's also a part of the theater guild, or the theater group, but she's an actress. And all of the other members of the group notice that she's really pretty. I think Legoshi sort of does. But now he's faced with two options. Does he listen to the panda and take a chance with Juno, who's his own species, his own kind, a carnivore like him, and is interested in him, and at least make that route easier for himself? Or does he continue to pursue his feelings and relationship for Haru? I sort of worry that the relationship with Haru could end up being sort of a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, and I saw some elements of that, and I really hope that doesn't happen. But what is happening that's most important is the exploration of how to deal with their feelings about the situation that they find themselves in. And by they, I mean all members of the society, but specifically Legoshi and Haru, who are our heroes in this story. Legoshi talks about when he's having intense feelings, how he isolates more often than not. He likes to take on his depression and deal with his feelings alone and then just reemerge when he's ready. Haru is very self-aware, and she just accepts herself for who she is, and she'll take the brunt of the abuse of other people until she can't take it anymore, and then she snaps and stands up for herself. But her behavior is really just who she is, and she knows that, and she doesn't try to change. So it's interesting to see two options presented to Legoshi. One that could be considered natural, that won't necessarily make his position in the society easier, but will give him someone who understands. And one that is unnatural, but feels right to him in a lot of ways, that he's just attracted to her. The question is he attracted to her because she's beautiful and she's a good person and he likes who she is? Or is it like the panda says? Is this just his carnivore instinct masking itself and keeping him sort of unawares until he strikes and ultimately ends up hurting her? So this volume has so much going on. I absolutely loved it yet again. The only disappointment, as I said before, is that I don't know anything else about the murder, and with 2 volumes left, I want to know who's out there trying to solve this thing. I would really like to sort of know what's going on with that. But other than that, this story continues to unfold in such a dark, layered, intricate, interesting, beautiful way. I continue to love everything about it, and I actually do want to show you a couple of pictures of the new characters that I really love. The artwork continues to stun. This is, I'm sorry, I'm going to try to cover up. This is Legon the hen. I hope you can see that. Then we've got the city, which I thought was really beautiful. This is the first time we leave Cherryton Academy. And the panda, who's another great catalyst and has such an incredible design. So that is him. Beastars just keeps going, you guys. I just absolutely love this book. When I read this 3rd volume, I went back and revisited the first 2, and more layers sort of uncovered themselves for me. I'm loving sharing my thoughts with you guys, and I'm loving hearing back from every one of you about what you think about this book and where it's going. I think I'm going to save the anime for myself until I'm finished, just because the first episode that I talked about in one of my videos was a little bit one-off for me, and I don't want anything to be spoiled. So I'm gonna wait to finish the book and then continue the anime. But as usual, if you guys want to share or talk to me or book club with me, Beastars Volume 3, I would love to chat with any of you about this. I'm going to share this video on Annoying You with Friendship at Facebook, and I will be available there for chats, live streams, and any other discussion you might like to have. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my videos, please like, subscribe, and turn on your alerts. Recommend me to your friends. I'm really enjoying making these, and your support and your comments and your likes really encourage me. So thank you for watching this review of Beastars Volume 3. I will be back with Volume 4 and lots more before then, and I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. See you soon, friends. Bye.